the Royal Horse Guards Hotel. Very famous one, also known as Whitehall Mansion. That's Charing Cross train station on the left. This is Charing Cross railway bridge. Either side, 2 footbridges. If everybody awake, keep their hands occupied so they don't throw things at us. There's another one on the other side. It will get their attention. There we go. If they wave back, they're on holiday. If they don't, they're from London. Cleopatra's Needle on the left, the stone obelisk, built in Egypt 3,000 years ago. Older than London itself. It's over, like I said, 3,000 years old. London, just 2,000 years old. It was given as a very thankful gift from an Egyptian government for the help in the defeats of Lord Nelson in the battle for the River Nile. Napoleon in the battle for the River Nile. This is Waterloo Road Bridge ahead of us. It does have a nickname. It was given a nickname after it was built as the Ladies' Bridge. You see, the bridge was built by women during World War II. It's the longest bridge in London at 1/4 mile long. It's also the only bridge in London that was ever built on time. So very well done to the ladies. Yeah. As we pass underneath, look off to the right. Okay, there's a building behind the trees. This our National Theatre. The building has 3 theatres inside, including the famous 1500-seater Olivier Theatre. And that was named after the founder of the building, Laurence Olivier. There's another 2 theatres inside, the Cotteslope, the Limited. The outside of the building doesn't do it much justice. But judging by its colour, three of the nicest theatres in London, just to Somerset House is off to the left-hand side, folks, behind the trees. Built for the Dukes and Earls of Somerset years ago. Nowadays, or just up until recently in fact, it was used to house every certificate for every birth, death and marriage. They nicknamed the building the Hatcham, Matcham and Dispatcham. The HQS Wellington on the left, the white naval ship, was used during World War II. You see, they had gun turrets placed on the front of the vessel. They helped protect the merchant navy from the Germans. Just in front of that, you can see the archway there. To the right of that, silver griffins. The western boundary line for entering and leaving the City of London. So we've left behind now the City of Westminster. We've entered the City of London. The 1 square mile capital city. It's the smallest capital city in the world. Its eastern boundary line. Hello. The eastern boundary line is at Tower Bridge. Once you leave Tower Bridge behind, you enter the old Port of London. So that's the western boundary line, Temple Arch. On the right, a fantastic beach here. You may recognise it, where Baywatch was filmed. Southeast Riviera. Hot sunny days, it's packed with people sunbathing. People paddle in the polluted water. Fantastic. Just only got so many glass panels of one of the most expensive restaurants in London. £130 £30 for a bottle of wine. The people behind the glass windows, they're not admiring the sights, they're looking down, they've just been given the bill. And to the left, you've got a fantastic view there, the City of London. And that's the old City of London School for Boys with the sloping green roof, the funny pinnacle on top, where most of our past Prime Ministers went to school. There's 4 statues on the outside. William Shakespeare, William Shakespeare, so Isaac Newton, so Francis Bacon, and John Milton. They were statues of some of our greatest scholars here in London, an inspiration to the students. Blackfriars Road Bridge opened in 1869 by Queen Victoria, and the railway bridge you may recognise from a recent film. The new Mission Impossible film can see Tom Cruise running over the top of the bridge. His latest one, Mission Impossible 78. To the left, we've got a fantastic view of the Dome and Golden Cross. That's St Paul's Cathedral, built in the 1700s. It was destroyed, the original, by the Great Fire of London. The medieval city burned to the ground, along with St Paul's Cathedral. They put a man in charge, a famous architect of rebuilding it, Sir Christopher Wren. He was a famous architect of his day, and he devoted 35 years of his life to building the cathedral. It's a fantastic place to visit. I've been there a few times myself, okay? On a day like today, you can go all the way to the top of the viewing platform, 365 feet tall, 1 foot for every day of the year. Quite easy to remember. Outstanding views of the City of London. It's the highest building in London for hundreds of years. It's illegal to build higher than St Paul's Cathedral. In front of it, there's a red bricked building. This is the City of London School for Boys. That is where Daniel Radcliffe went to school. Some of you may know him better. Went to school there. It wasn't Hogwarts.
Twice as high.
On the right hand side, the big building with a tall chimney, the Tate Modern, London's largest art gallery. And it's free to go inside, it doesn't cost anything. Once you've been inside and you've seen all of the modern art on display, you'll then understand why it was free to enter. That's the 5th rendition of William Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, the building with the thatched roof. It's the only thatched roof you'll find in London. Okay, they've been banned since the Great Fire. They're too flammable, you see, but a man called Sam Wanamaker, he got special permission to build this one on the right. And it even has an open top roof, which means when it rains in London, you're likely to get wet. The show does not stop. It's where you get the term, the show must go on. A staircase going into the Thames there, folks. Can you see it? How people crossed the river years ago via staircases like this one. At the bottom of the staircase, a Thames waterman like myself or the captain. We would have been in rowing boats ready to take fair-going passengers back and forth across the river. Today we have the bridges. The Thames watermen these days are taking you down the river on these boats. Just knock it back a slightly, sorry. Grey containers on the left side of the barge. Each grey container, 1 lorry load of London's rubbish. They load them into the containers on the high tide when the barge floats. All of the rubbish is picked up. It's taken 14 miles downriver. All the rubbish is then dropped at a place called Essex. Essex. Anybody from Essex? I am sorry. On the right hand side, folks, there's a pirate ship there. It's a very famous one. If you've seen the films Pirates of the Caribbean, It has nothing to do with them films. It's a replica, in fact, of the Golden Hind, which has circumnavigated the globe twice, taking the same course as the original, looking for funding for another trip around the world. It has done so twice already. Ahead of us is London Bridge. People travel for thousands of miles to see this bridge.
And they think it's going to look better.
This is what they get. The reason it's so famous is because there's been 5 of them altogether. 4 of them have either burnt or fell down. The one before this one's still standing though, just not in London. Does anybody know where?
America.
Lake Havasu, Arizona City, brought by an American man for $2 million.
Yeah. What is the point?
The Shard of Glass on the right, tallest building in Western Europe.
You know what? I think it's great. I'm joking.
The Shard of Glass, the tallest building in Western Europe. Inside, the Shangri-La Hotel, very luxurious 5-star hotel. It's a viewing platform as well. A day like today, views of 25 miles in all directions. Another glass building on the left, peculiar shaped, home to our national headquarters for our window cleaning association. Behind that, 20 Fenchurch Street. The glass panels behind that is a sky garden. Now, this also is a viewing platform. However, this one has a bar and it's free to go up. It doesn't cost anything, folks. So I recommend, if you're looking for something to do, 20 Fenchurch Street, visit the Sky Garden, register yourself on their website, and it's free to go up. The HMS Belfast on the right hand side.
You do that at full.
Built in 1938, commissioned in 39, was built in the same shipyard as the ill-fated Titanic. The name of that shipyard was Harland Wharf of Belfast. The Belfast saw action throughout World War II, the Korean campaign, NATO's flagship as well in the 1980s. Today, a museum. 9 decks to explore, fantastic for all ages, especially the children. You see, they can climb all the ladders on each one of the 9 decks, even from the engine room right the way to the helm of the vessel. Ladies and gents, just stay seated for us. Just don't stand on the chairs. We're going to turn the vessel. Okay, so you will get a photo of Tower Bridge. What we're going to do, there's no river traffic about now. It's all gone quiet. It's the end of the day. So we're going to turn the vessel and we're going to go a foot of the river, means we'll go sideways down. So everybody will get a lovely photo. Just stay seated though, okay, as we do this. The reason we do this, folks,